What's up, gamers? Today is going to be a little bit different. Today I'm going to be answering a question that I get a lot in the comments below, which is why I don't use Lunar Client. Now, I thought this question deserved a video of its own just because of how interesting I find this and how popular I see Lunar Client is. Really, every big content creator uses Lunar Client. It's a fantastic client, don't get me wrong, when it works properly, but it just doesn't work properly for me. Now, you might find that in some of my videos, I do use Lunar Client. However, if you look at most of my videos, I actually mostly do use LabyMod. Now, I suppose I should provide some context. So Lunar Client was actually the first dedicated Minecraft client other than the default launcher that Minecraft comes with that I've ever used. I never used like Badlion or LabyMod before Lunar Client. Lunar Client was the first I used. And it used to work perfectly fine. It was fantastic. It like tripled my FPS. I went from getting like 200 frames to like 800 frames. It was craziness. It was like a miracle. I was in love with Lunar Client. I bought a couple cosmetics, I thought to support Lunar and everything they do, because it was just so fantastic. And the mods were really good. I loved seeing my FPS. I loved how I can see the potion effects that I have like on my screen. It was all just a dream come true, truly. It was everything that I would want in a client. If you look at my very earliest videos, you can still see me using Lunar Client. Like, these are like the Minecraft cringy montages that I made. That was Lunar Client era. It really was not that long at all, and you see immediately I switched over to LabyMod when I started doing commentaries, and there's a really good reason for that. Yeah, so fast forward, we are like a month after I started uploading YouTube videos, and me and my dad build a new PC and a little father-son bonding. You know how it is. Maybe not if your dad left you. But yeah, little father-son project. We build this just beast of a PC. It has like the turbo graphics card. Like, everything is just so good. It's so much better than my previous PC. And so yeah, I'm like so excited to see how Lunar runs on this thing, because if I was getting a lot of FPS before, holy shit, whoa. Whoa, that never happened. I never lose. Anyways, as I was saying, if I was getting a lot of FPS before on my old PC, oh by golly, will I be getting a lot now. I was so excited. Lo and behold, however, my FPS sucked. I was getting like 60 or so normally, and then I would just get these like gigantic freeze frames where the screen would freeze for like a second at a time. It made the game impossible to play. Like, I couldn't speed bridge, PvP, anything. So I wasn't too rattled at first, because I figured there has to be an easy solution. Maybe I have to allocate more RAM to Lunar Client, or perhaps my graphics driver's outdated. Some sort of easy fix. So I do all the basic troubleshooting things, like, I check for all the updates on my graphics drivers. I disable a bunch of different Lunar Client mods and test some stuff out. I uninstall and reinstall Lunar Client. Nothing works. It's only Lunar Clients that's doing this. Like, my regular Minecraft is not having these issues. It's only Lunar Client. And so at that point, I just kind of gave up. Which that really did suck, because Lunar Client really was such a great client. It was such a shame that it wasn't working properly. But it is what it is. I figured there really wasn't much I could do at this point. There was just some incompatibility between my computer and Lunar Client that was probably beyond my technical knowledge, and something whose solution just wasn't available on the internet. At this point, I really did kind of get bummed out, because I loved Lunar Client so much. It provided me with everything I wanted, but there really just wasn't anything to be done. Hey, I'm so good at this game. Let's go. So at this point, I figure I have to use a different client. I don't want just Optifine, because that's boring. So I decided to do some research on some other clients. I find, the popular ones. You have Badlion, this PvP Lounge, I think it's called, and of course LabyMod. Badlion has some sketch people behind it. I didn't really want to support that type of person. I won't get into it here, but if you are curious, you can look it up online. PvP Lounge was kind of didn't have all the mods I wanted, so LabyMod it was, and LabyMod was actually pretty good. Now, I don't get some of the crazy frame rates that Lunar provides me, so Lunar definitely wins out on that department, but LabyMod still has a good selection of mods to choose from that provide an experience that's similar enough to Lunar. Through and through, however, I believe Lunar client is the best client. It just doesn't work on my computer. Now, there is actually a glimmer of hope. My college laptop, I've made like 2 videos from. Lunar client does work on that one. However, the screen's broken right now, so it's getting repaired. So I don't have access to Lunar client right now. Hopefully in the future, I'll be able to make videos with Lunar client and you know, it'll just be nicer on my end. I'll have cohesive looking visuals. I do like the way Lunar client looks over LabyMod, so it'll look better. I'll get some better frame rates. I like the color saturation mod on Lunar. I want to use that. I like the motion blur a lot better. Just a lot of things that could be better. I'm very excited to be able to use Lunar client again. And I mean, that kind of concludes my thoughts on Lunar client. So let's win this game right here. And I will see you guys next time in the next video. If you like this video, feel free to like and subscribe. If you didn't like this video, feel free to dislike. Bye-bye.